Stop me if you've heard this one before. I'd love to get started, but I just don't think I can afford it. That all sounds great, but I need to check my schedule. Sounds good, but I'll have to start next Friday. Is that okay? These are all objection examples, and you've probably heard objections before. Not everybody comes storming into your business, waving around a wad of cash saying, sign me up right this second or I'll freak out, right? Most people are searching for a deal, feeling you out, trying to see what options you have, etc. They're not ready to go right off the bat, and you have to be able to handle these objections. Sometimes they feel like they come out of nowhere, but guess what? They're actually a natural part of the sales process that you should expect and not be afraid of. It's normal, it's natural, it's how it goes. So I want you to be more comfortable with it. So today I want to share with you our objections handling SOP, the systems and operating procedures for handling objections. And it's a system because systems make it easier. They make it more comfortable for you so you know how to respond and you don't just freeze like a deer in the headlights when anybody says no or not yet. Before we get to that, if this is your first time stopping by the Two Brain Business channel and you're looking for content to help you improve your business and your life, you might want to stick around. So consider subscribing to the channel, smash a like on this video, ring that notification bell so you can see when we drop more content. The system is fairly simple. There's 4 steps. I'm going to walk you through each one of them right now and give you some examples along the way. So, you got an objection. Honestly, it doesn't matter what the objection is, this system never changes, and that's the beauty of it. So let's go with step 1 first. Step 1 is to be agreeable. Somebody has just presented an argument, an excuse, something to roadblock this conversation and prevent you from getting to the sale. Do you A, argue with them, or B, agree with them? It should be B, right? You should be agreeable. If you argue, you never win. Nobody ever wins the argument, okay? You both lose in this scenario. So we don't want to say something like, but Mrs. Jones, you just told me blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter what you say. It's all bad because it's an argument. No, instead we should say something along the lines of, I hear you. I understand you. I hear what you're saying. That makes sense. I get it, etc. Altogether, something along the lines of, I hear you, I get it, right? That is what they want to hear, because then what happens in their mind is this is no longer a fight. It's not an argument, because they came here to fight. I don't know if you know, but consumers are smart. They've been sold to once or twice in their life. They're over the age of 5. They've been sold to many times in their life. It's a natural thing that happens in our world, with businesses especially, so they get it. So by agreeing with them or being agreeable in general, it'll lower their defenses. They'll be much more relaxed with this conversation, and you're more likely to have an outcome be a sale. Step 2 in this process is that you're going to ask questions. Now here's where your detective work comes into play. The goal of these questions that you're asking is to uncover the true problem. So if somebody says, I can't afford it, I gotta check my schedule, I can't start till next Friday, I need to talk to my spouse, etc. They're not really giving you the true problem up front. Nobody will. You have to dig deeper for that. You have to ask questions in order to understand that. For example, the objection of pricing. When they say they can't afford it, what are they really saying? Are they saying they can't afford it right now? Are they saying that they're looking at one specific item on your pricing sheet or pricing binder that they can't afford? There's a $1,000 item, but there's also like a $200 item that they're ignoring. We don't know. And what do they mean by that? What can they afford? What is their true budget? You won't know unless you ask. So you need to start asking some questions to uncover the truth, the true problem. And for this, we can lean on our questions game. So you can go back to a previous video where we talked about role-playing activities and play the questions game. That's it. So when you role play with others, with your team, make sure you practice asking questions. What does that mean? What does that mean to you? When you say you can't afford it, what are you actually saying? Can you point to the item on the page that you're saying you can't afford? Things like this will get you a step further in the conversation and move you closer to the sale. You need to dig in. You need to ask questions. And because we're being friendly and agreeable and we have trust with this potential client, it's going to be easier for us to uncover the truth. We've uncovered the problem by asking several questions. By the way, you can ask as many as you want to, but we feel confident that we've uncovered the problem. Now we address the problem. So the problem is, I can't afford your most expensive personal training package. Addressing the problem. Oh, well, if that's all that this is, no big deal. We actually have a ton of different options that I want to share with you. So let's just go ahead and cross this big expensive one off the page because it doesn't seem to be a good fit for you right now. Well, let's move down to these other options here. Now at this point, I might ask them about their current budget. I might ask them if these items are more comfortable for them. I might ask it a bunch of other different questions, but the point is I'm addressing the problem, which is get rid of the expensive thing. If they said that they needed to check their schedule, then the real problem was time. They're worried that they won't have the time to make their appointments. So what do? We can address the problem by saying we offer personal training in which we work around you, your schedule. So you don't have to worry about the schedule that we have for our group classes because we'll be here for you. We'll just book you when you need to come in. Or we might present online programming or remote coaching and say, why don't you just work out from home? You're a busy home working professional already. You don't know if you'll have time between meetings to buzz to the gym, get your workout in and go back home. We'll provide you coaching and programming that you can do at your own home. And then you don't have to worry about the travel time. Problem solved, right? There is a fourth step here. So once we've solved the problem, we still need to make this sale. So the 4 steps, pretty self-explanatory, you would think, but a lot of people miss out on this one. And that is to re-close, to close the deal. You have to end with a closing question. That simply means that we say, how does that sound? Would you like to get started with that today? Does that seem like a good fit for you? If we present a set of options, we can say which of these options fits you best. The point is we ask a question, and that question leads us to a sale where a person completes a transaction, okay? So you have to ask that question. Otherwise, if you just say, well, what if we did this? And they say, yeah, that sounds good. And you say, great. Now what, right? No, great. Let's get you started today. Great. How would you like to get started today? Great. Which of those options do you want to go with? Be straightforward, ask for the close, make the sale. Those are the 4 steps. So be agreeable, ask questions, and uncover the problem. Address the problem. Close again. You've made a sale. Congrats. Use this system every time you encounter an objection in real life. Objections are not scary as long as you have a system that's got your back. Thanks for watching today, guys. Again, I'm Jeff with Two Brain Business. If you like content like this, more content that will help you improve your business, increasing revenue, and changing your life, then you might want to stick around on the channel. Consider subscribing, smash a like on this video, ring that notification bell so you can see when we post more videos, and I hope to see you next time.